What? You're making funny faces.
Greetings, pagelings. This is Emily from Of Pages in Ink, and today I am joined by my mother and my brother, who you have seen before, in a book.
And Blanca, but she's laying down.
Yes, my dog is in the room and she's laying down, and I can't show her to you. So they're going to play the Guess the Book challenge, where they guess the book plots based on the title and the cover of the books. So, first book is The Awakening by Kelly Armstrong. You go first.
Well,
So you have to hold it, and you have
Just
to...
don't read the back, because that would be cheating.
Yes.
from what
Do I
I've
know
heard,
my
it's
son?
pretty much just teenage romance with magic.
You need to be more specific.
There's also rituals.
Mom?
Awakenings. Obviously, someone's asleep, and they have to try and wake this person up, and she's holding some kind of amulet in her hand, so I'm assuming that that is what is needed in order to awake whatever character is asleep.
You win. Wait, let me see it. Okay. So what this book is really about is kind of what he said. It's teenagers with powers, and there is some romance, but it's not very big. She is a necromancer, and what's being awakened is the dead. So, yeah, here you go.
Gonna clean up your looks with all the lies in the books to make a citizen out of you. Because they sleep with...
Next book is on my Nook, so I will do this so you can see it. It's The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken. And Mom goes first.
Okay, Darkest Minds. Well, there's a symbol there, and I
Yes.
guess it's a teenage romance with magic. No, okay. Obviously, The Darkest Mind. It's an autobiography by me. No, because I'm not Alexandra Bracken. Darkest Minds must be evil people, and they don't think very nicely, and so you have to have the good guys come and defeat them.
John?
Well, since it's young adult, I'm also going to assume there's at least a little bit of romance, because that's a thing in most of them.
Oh my dear Lord Jesus.
But
Loves you very much.
Uh-huh.
Me too.
I mean, going off the title and
Yes, that's what you're supposed to do.
yeah, and the symbol and like the type of background, I would assume it's some kind of fairy tale medieval era magic. Go fight the thing type of story.
Mom's kind of the closest.
Yay!
The Darkest Minds is a sci-fi story about a disease called IAAN, I-A-A-N, which is idiopathic adolescent acute neurodegeneration. And what happens is it kills off most of America's children, and those that don't die end up with different powers. There's pyrokinesis, there's telekinesis, there are geniuses that can like solve puzzles like that, and have photographic memory and stuff like that. And there's also electrokinesis, which is like electricity, and mind control. In The Darkest Minds, there's this one particular character who isn't a great person, and the whole country is just kind of falling apart because of this thing, and like the recession and stuff, or the economy crash or something like that.
walk a lonely road, the only one.
Okay, third book is Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. Thank you. This is the second book to the Raven Cycle series, and so you started, so it's his turn. Go first.
Well, the Dream Thieves, I would assume, is the cast from the first book goes after probably the main bad guys, the Dream Thieves, in order to do whatever they need to do to save or fight against or make right stuff.
Okay, be a little more specific. Just a little bit.
Like how?
You guys are very general.
Well, it's hard to go off more based off of a title.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Here, Mom,
Okay,
you try
so,
it.
I'm going to assume that this is a teenage romance novel. Hi, have fun. And the people in it go to sleep, and the bad guys come in the form of birds at night to steal their dreams, and it makes for a very sad evening of trying to sleep because everybody likes their dreams if they're good, and then without dreams it's kind of boring, and so they have to go after the guys in order to keep dreaming. Because without dreams, what future is there? You have to have your dreams.
Just do it.
I don't think I can give it to either of you because the Dream Thieves aren't
Give it to Blanca.
aren't really the bad guy. One of them technically is the antagonist in the story, but one of the main characters is a dream thief. So I don't think I can give it to either of you.
Like
I
I
don't
said,
know.
give it to Blanca. Put it in her paws. Here you go, Blanca. Just don't get it all slobbery.
Please don't lick my book.
So put it over here.
Oh my
Pretend.
You fascinated me close.
It's fine.
Okay, next book is City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. This is the 5th book in the Mortal Instruments series, and Mom goes first.
As long as I don't get hit in the nose with it.
Yes.
Excuse me, that belongs to you. City of Lost Souls obviously is another teenage romance, probably with magic. City of Lost Souls. Well, when people die, their souls go somewhere, and so this must be a place where people who can't cross over exist, and they create this city, and they come back and...
Child.
So, City of Lost Souls, I know it's a later book in a series, and
I said it was the 5th book in a series, so yes, you're right. Don't hit me on my own show. Channel. Keep talking.
so I would assume it's about the main protagonist going to find a person to get an item, defeat them, save the world, that type of thing. And probably includes some kind of ghost tale of some sort. And yeah.
He was the closest to the actual plot. City of Lost Souls, there's a character named Sebastian who's pretty much the antagonist, but in City of Lost Souls he doesn't really seem like such a bad guy. And they aren't going after a specific...
Pacific?
I said specific.
Okay.
Object. I mean, they kind of are, and they're trying to find a sword that can break the connection between the main male protagonist, Jace, and Sebastian, because in the previous book, they're both petting my dog right now, if you're wondering what they're doing.
And she's making noises. Probably saying, ow, the book hurts.
But in the previous book, they are joined together through magic. There's like this ritual that happens, and so in this book, they're trying to find a sword to break it, and that's like pretty much the object that they're looking for. So he's kind of closest. I actually read this recently, and I don't really remember what the City of Lost Souls was. I want to say it was the club that they went to. I think that's what it was. They go to a club That's like a downworlder club, and it's like it's got something to do with lost souls, even though it's just a club. So, the last book, and hopefully I will probably actually need to find another book depending on who gets this one right. But the last book is the book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. And you went first, and now it's his turn to go first.
So, the book Thief, there's a movie. I haven't seen it, that's why we're using it. It's about a girl who presumably steals books, and I believe she probably gets caught because that's how you make a plot, and all the stuff trying not to get caught, trying to get uncaught if she is caught, that kind of thing. Probably stealing some more books.
Mother?
Yeah, I don't remember much about the previews from the movie, but there's a girl on it's during wartime, and
Which war?
World War II.
yeah, I was gonna say World War II. I think that she is not able to get books, so she kind of has to. She finds a stash of books and she has to get them, and in the process she meets the other characters, Al, and together they enjoy stealing and reading books.
Mom was the closest, so it's a good thing I picked out a tiebreaker. The book Thief is about a girl named Liesl Meminger who does find a stash of books, but she doesn't meet the character. Well, she meets a character there, but she's got friends, and John was a little right in the hiding. I think you said something about hiding. Trying not to get caught. Her family that she's living with are housing a Jew, hiding him from the Nazis. And Liesl Meminger is the book thief because she finds, it's not really a stash, well, she steals a book from a pile of books that the Nazis are burning, and then later she comes across this giant library of books in a rich person's house and starts to kind of sneak in through the window to take a book home, and then goes and puts it back and takes another book. So she's the book thief. But you were a little closer than he was. Alright, the tiebreaker I have is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. And Mom goes first.
I think it's probably a teenage romance novel with magic. Or not.
No, probably.
Okay, so the Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Obviously, this is the offspring of some man named Smoke and a woman named Bone. Probably switch it, because Smoke sounds more like a female, and Bone, we won't get into that. But there's a mask there.
Keep talking.
And so she must go into disguise in order to find out information about the protagonist of the story, who he probably falls in love with, and she has to, not create feelings for him until it ends.
Well, Daughter of Smoke and Bone, I would assume there is probably some kind of magic. I'm not sure. Why are you giving me a dog here?
Keep talking.
I assume there's a masquerade because there's the mask. And, there's probably some sort of internal struggle and finding yourself type of thing. And yeah, I don't know.
And the winner is...
Let me just read something real quick. Okay, so the very first page before chapter 1 says, "Once upon a time, an angel and a devil fell in love. It did not end well."
So I win.
No. Maybe. Hold on.
I was
You
closer.
were right with the mask thing. Obviously, because there's a mask on it, I mean, you would kind of automatically assume. There is magic, but we're talking about angels and devils. Demons.
Which you can't
So-
tell from the title or the picture on the book.
I mean, it's my
Just
preference.
saying.
Daughter's Milk and Bone is about a girl named Kaoru who was pretty much raised by a family of demons, but they're not the kind of demons that you think about. They're like chimeras. They're chimeras, so they're like part animal and with like human features. And he was kind of right with the finding out who they are, because Kaoru has these tattoos on her hand that look like eyes, and she doesn't really know why they're there or what they're for. So she kind of tries to figure out that. She runs errands for a chimera named Brimstone, who is kind of like the head of a ram, I think, of a ram.
Being Aries then.
Chest of a man. But anyway, he uses magic and he collects teeth. And yeah.
I like my teeth.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So is the tiebreaker stuck in a tie? Or did one of us actually win this?
Well,
Remember, you look like me.
I know. Thank you, Mom. I'm trying to decide, because you were right with the trying not to have feelings for, because Kaoru tries not to fall for the main male protagonist, so you were kind of wrong about it being about the guy falling in love with the female. And no, her parents are not Smoke and Bone. Thank you. Jeez.
Which one is more important to the plot?
Both of them. And he was right with the finding themselves, and you're both right with the mask.
So the tiebreaker leads to the tie! Yay!
Fortunately, yes, here, Blanca.
Yay, Blanca gets another one!
Okay, I'm gonna pick out another one. Jeez.
We'll go through her whole shelf.
Gee, shiver would have been good if I hadn't read it.
Alright. The final book.
Pardon her.
Hush. The final book is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. And who went first? You? Or Mom?
I went first.
You
So,
went first.
Red Rising. There's a wing, so I can assume there's some kind of like angel or bird familiar type deal. And it's probably about some kind of fight, maybe between two groups of people, or like a person and a bunch of people, one versus all type thing. And I guess their color is red because it's red rising.
What are you laughing laughing at?
If there were a hood, it'd be a Red Rising hood.
Wait, did you say it?
Yes, I did. Okay. Alright, Red Rising. There's a wing.
Yes, there is a wing. We've established it.
And it is red, kind of like the Detroit Red Wings. So maybe this is about a hockey player who wants to be part of the Detroit Red Wings. And he's a teenager, so there's teenage romance. And love on the Zamboni.
Take the book. Just take it. Okay, I have not actually read Red Rising, but I do know what it's about. I've not read it yet. It's on my TBR. Hold them. Okay. Red Rising is about a planet where there's two different kinds of people. There are the Reds and the Golds.
And
the Reds
and the Rising.
There needs to be an orange and a blue. Ugh.
And the Reds are made to mine this planet, which they're basically doing it for the Golds, but they don't really know that, to my knowledge. And the main character's wife has been taken, and that's all I really know about it. It's dystopian, I know that. Yeah, so here you go. So John wins.
Yay.
Mom loses. But I do have to give her a half a point for her analysis of Red Rising because, hey, it could have been about hockey players and he would have been completely wrong. I didn't even know there was a team.
But it wouldn't be the kind of book my daughter likes to read.
Yeah. Teen romance.
Okay, we will now get out of your faces. So I will see you guys next time. She's waving if you didn't see her hand. So I will see you guys next time. Bye. Say bye.
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 My family.